Hey guys, I'm back. Right now I am in the car and Wes is driving. We're actually headed up to go see some friends. We haven't seen them in a while. We actually haven't really hung out with anybody hardly at all in a while. And with nationals coming up and everything in a couple of weeks, we just wanted to make some time with our friends. But I really wanted to do a little bit of vlogging today. Kind of don't know what to even say about it, but basically today is my 6-year anniversary of when I was first diagnosed with thyroid cancer in 2013. It really hasn't felt like 6 years, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. A lot has happened in 6 years. Everything I feel like about our life has changed from, jobs. We thought we would have kids by now to, we're living in the area that we always said that we would. And not to mention the whole Miss Wheelchair Tennessee thing happened, and China Music City, and MeantToBeLindseyB, and like everything that I've created through that. I can't say that it's all been negative. It definitely does put me in kind of a weird little headspace about it. I am hitting that point where I kind of don't know what's next. And maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, I just kind of don't know what the next chapter is, because I guess I've lived in this chapter and this part of this process for so long and waiting for this date to come, that now that it's almost here, right now it doesn't seem real, and I'm not ready to celebrate it until I hear from my doctor, and that's going to happen in mid-July. So I kind of still feel like I'm in limbo a little bit. I don't know if the fear will ever go away. There's still always a chance that even after the 5-year mark that, in 10 years, 12 years, whatever, they could still find something down the road. And I'm not trying to live in fear, but I also don't want to be naive about it, because I don't want to set myself up for, a really hard time emotionally on that. So I feel kind of numb to it. It doesn't feel real, and I don't know how to feel about it yet. And I don't really know what's on this side of everything at all. So, it will be nice to be able to say, a cancer survivor and feel like it's for real. That the fear is always going to be there, I think. And I feel like there's this misconception of, okay, well, you're cancer free now, everything is great, go back to normal. And the reality is I'm not the same person. And that's okay. It's just, it doesn't look like people think that it does. I don't know that even if I do hit this 5-year mark, in a few weeks, if I'll ever really feel like my old self. I don't think that I will. But again, maybe that is a good thing. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking because I haven't sorted it out in my head, I guess, because it's not over yet. And there's still a small chance that I could go in next month and they could still find something. So I do want to be optimistic. I would love to be like, okay, I can put this behind me. But it also doesn't change my story. It doesn't change the fact that I went through really, really hard times in the past 6 years. I don't really know what my message is, but I do know for a fact that I've been surrounded by really, really awesome people that have been nothing but supportive to me, even when they didn't know how to support. Just having people offer help, or to be a listening ear, or I just needed downtime and have like a slow day and do a movie night instead of going out. Like, just having people that understood that not every day was a great day for me, I think helped a lot, because I know that there are a lot of people that they get into any sort of cancer diagnosis or health issue or whatever, and they don't always have the support. And I've been really, really lucky. And I guess that's why I feel conflicted about it too, is that, the whole time I've gone through this, a lot of people have always said that this is the easy cancer. And I said it in the very first video where I really talked about everything. The good cancer doesn't exist. Having it uproot my late 20s and early 30s and change everything about my life, even though it was a positive, it was not easy. It's been a really, 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 really tough journey. And I've definitely been the best and worst version of myself in this process. I've had rough days. I've had days where I didn't want to get out of bed. I couldn't get out of bed. I had no energy. I didn't know what I even needed to get through the day. And that was really, really frustrating for me. I mean, it still is. It still is, knowing that even with the possibility of a cancer-free diagnosis, I'm never going to be who I was before all of this started. But, you know, in the process, a lot of good has come from it. You know, I discovered my ability to write. I discovered my ability to be authentic and vulnerable, and I was able to find some good in all of it. Music really, really helped. I definitely think, actually, I know that, you know, the music thing has been a blessing, and even though it hasn't, you know, I'm not making $1 million in the music industry or anything like that, it has definitely been the right thing for me in the process. It's gotten me through some of the hardest days, and the people that I met through my story, and being given the gift of words and the ability to find platforms to share those words. I think that that's been really, really valuable, and I think that that's a huge part of what's gotten me through the really, really hard days. I mean, in addition to, you know, my support system and Wes, and, you know, all my family and friends and musicians that have been there through it, and like everybody, because I definitely haven't been on this journey alone, that's for sure. It kind of hits me in waves right now. Like, 1 minute I'm fine, and then the next I kind of go, oh crap, I went through a lot in 6 years. But I definitely learned a lot. I learned a lot about taking better care of myself, being proactive, speaking up when something wasn't right, or I wasn't getting the right medical care, or I saw a friend that maybe was showing signs of the same thing, and really, as scary as it was, like having those conversations with them and helping them be proactive. Like, I definitely feel like I was given my voice for a reason in this process. I think that it's not a coincidence that I found my voice in all of this. And I'd like to think that somewhere along the way, everything that I've been through and everything that I've gotten to do through my journey has, and I hate saying this word, but, you know, has been an inspiration to people. And to me, that's what matters. It's not the fact that I'm a wheelchair user, you know, going grocery shopping. It's the fact that there have been days that I didn't want to get out of bed, and I still was able to force myself to. And there were days that I didn't, but I'm grateful for the days that I have been able to. I really think that, like, writing and music, it just helped me. If for nothing else, it was a huge distraction, which maybe is exactly what I needed at the moment. But all of it carried over well beyond the bucket list mentality of everything. It definitely helped create what I would like to think, at least, is a better version of myself. I am really grateful for it. I think it's definitely made me appreciate little moments along the way that I maybe would have just glazed over. It really forced me to stop and appreciate those moments, because they didn't get to happen all the time. Like, there were times I had to cancel plans and not go to this or do that or hang out with whoever or whatever, but it created a lot of really, really cool memories, especially like with the music stuff and the Keith stuff, and traveling all over the country, going snow skiing, like experiencing that with Wes for the first time, because he had never experienced it. So I'm grateful for it, even though it was really hard on our marriage. Just for him, I feel like anyway, it was hard for him to some days know that he couldn't fix it all for me. I also know that it actually, in a sense, brought us closer together too. It gave us more chances to slow down and, you know, make time for us. And I think that that's really, really important in relationships, is just to like stop for a minute and go, okay, we're on this journey together, good or bad. I know I have a better appreciation for my marriage now. I hate that it took going through all of that to really see that, but I am really grateful that I've had somebody beside me through all of this. Again, because not everybody gets that. I've met plenty of women in the thyroid cancer community who had spouses and significant others who kind of just threw their hands up and couldn't deal with it anymore. Not to say, oh, give my husband props for staying with me, but I do appreciate that he didn't just bail. He could have, but he didn't, and I'm really grateful for that. I don't know. I just have a completely different perspective on life now. I'm a lot less afraid to go after what I want, because I do realize that life is short, and I don't know. It's weird to get emotional about it, because honestly, things have gotten better in the last couple of years. It's just weird kind of reliving it all again, and thinking about how long 6 years is. I'm 33. That's a good chunk of my life that I've been going through this. So I do know that part of the journey is really going to be creating just a new chapter. I think that there are good things to come, for sure. If the last 6 years and all of the amazing things that have happened through all of this craziness and instability, I know that things are going to keep getting even better. They have to, If I can get through the really, really hard parts of all of this, it's only going to get better from here. I guess the message in all of this, if I have to share one thing with you guys, is don't wait to enjoy life. Don't let it take something major like health or a new chapter. Don't wait to get into a new relationship or out of a relationship to enjoy life. I've spent the last 6 years trying to just better myself, and I'm glad, because even though there are days I have no idea what I'm doing with my life, I'm still genuinely happier than I was before all of this. And I never thought that I'd be able to say that. I never thought that going through all of this would actually end up being ultimately a really, really good learning experience. It's not the way I wanted to learn things, that's for sure. But I'm grateful for everything that's happened and every lesson that I've learned, and I'm thankful for the people that I've gotten to meet through this process. I'm thankful for that I've been given the ability to recognize when I need to be more proactive and I need to speak up for myself and be an advocate for myself in everything. And the thyroid cancer stuff was just one part of advocating for myself. Don't wait to enjoy life. Don't wait for something big like cancer or whatever to happen to find the desire to want to do something bigger and better in your life. Don't ever think that you don't deserve that. And don't be afraid of it. I mean, just because it's a crazy idea doesn't mean that you don't deserve it. The fact that people are still supporting me to this day, and it all started out with a little blog website, that's pretty amazing. I'm super, super grateful for it. Just know that if you've been on this part of this journey or any part of this journey with me, know that I appreciate you. I appreciate the love and the support and the meals and the flowers and the gifts and the random trips to get my mind off of whatever was going on at the time in between surgery and radiation, and the music and the memories. And yeah. I have no idea why I'm getting emotional. But it's just been a really overwhelming experience. And honestly, some of the best ways. I'm really grateful for it. I'm grateful for my story. I'm grateful for my journey. And I'm really grateful for all of you that have been a part of my journey. I really could not have gotten through the past 6 years without the support system that I have on every level. So I'm going to end here. Don't forget to enjoy life a little bit along the way, no matter what you're going through, and try not to let the bad always overshadow the good, because if you do, you're going to miss out on a lot of really, really great moments in life. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.